fast, stay still. The thoughts of you will sink in. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to. But I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same. It's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change. I know it's me and you, but I don't stay the same. I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
Get me a friggin' way to start a show.
So here's right where at. There's a flow of things that we do. She has one responsibility at the beginning of the show.
I have 3.
What's the third?
Dinner.
I said at
Shot.
the beginning of the show.
Oh.
At the beginning
Test
of the show.
the sound.
Test of the sound is
Say
going.
hi in the group.
Yeah, no, yeah, kind of.
And to pour shots.
Yeah, but it was her like Hercules hands.
Psychotic.
She has her phone on a stand, and she tapped it so hard.
I did not.
She broke it.
I didn't tap it any harder than I normally do, and it friggin' broke, and I'm annoyed.
And what's funny, what the irony is, you ordered a case what?
Right.
15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So it'll be here tomorrow?
But what am I supposed to do today? How do I watch TV? The panic's setting
How
in.
do I watch TV without a stand? I don't know. Watch it on TV.
It's not the same.
I mean,
Now what do I do? Just lay it like that, I guess.
like us commoners do.
I don't know what to do anymore.
My phone's in my pocket.
But you don't monitor the chat.
I do. Well, I
It's like
monitor it from
It's
the
like
computer.
my one job. Oh, you know what? I don't use the bottom rows. I'll just put it right there. It's got to slide down.
This is
not
so
good
we're
for me.
going to spend the next 20 minutes
We're
of her
not.
trying to figure out how to set up
We're
her
not.
phone.
I'm going to let it go in a minute.
She won't let it go.
It's
I have a
soon.
sneeze coming.
Man. Oh,
Yeah, there's
it's not the time, but when is the time?
when is the time to what?
I was going to say the little stand with
Oh
the
yeah,
arms.
we have stands everywhere in the house. Just she
Okay.
doesn't like using them. She likes to have it on her phone case.
Yes.
And
It makes
this is
No,
the
look,
downfall.
As long as you don't hit the table, I think we're fine. Happy Friday. What a way.
We are doing this on a
end the
Friday. So welcome everyone. If you're listening to this later, you
Oh.
can
Happy day, whatever day you're
happy day that you're listening. Happy listening day.
on. Oh, yeah. I didn't even put on my Advise Me Not shirt because I don't have a winter Advise Me Not
Well,
shirt.
I mean, I normally don't wear mine, but I was like, I should put it back in rotation.
Yeah.
You know, I
I
usually
need
try
a
to
winter.
put like not random, but like branded
Yeah.
stuff, like of people we support,
Yeah.
those types of things. So
Like California's about to show, but our house was like 68 degrees, and that's so cold for me.
it was 72 in the house.
In the morning, before you wake up, it is 68 degrees in this house.
That is so
you wouldn't
California.
you wouldn't know.
No, because I'm sleeping.
It's
What
cold.
you're supposed to be doing at that time in the morning.
I think no.
Yeah. You're supposed to sleep in the morning.
Don't do that. We have to do a shot first.
Oh, what? Don't do what?
Don't drink your beer.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, let's start off.
All right.
Let's get back together.
We're her together. Her together.
We're together.
Slunchava.
Salud. Ow. I can't today. Don't know what to tell you guys.
She is completely
Just
derailed.
hit my own tooth with this cup.
I mean, you might have heard it. I think if you listen to it back, you can hear the tink. I heard it in my headphones.
Yeah. I just can't today.
Well, okay. Well,
Don't let me behind the wheel of a car later.
woo.
I mean, obviously let me
Well, we're
drinking,
drinking.
but mostly because don't let me go outside for a walk. Trip over the sidewalk. It's that kind of day, apparently.
Well, you're having that.
Kinda hurt.
day.
All right.
Good Lord.
So what's up is I broke my phone case, and I'm real sad about it.
What?
Look at pieces. Pieces it is.
Yeah, it's this little plastic chintzy stand thing.
I don't think that's the right word.
Chintzy?
Cheap.
Isn't chintzy mean cheap?
I don't know if it's a good word for cheap.
Oh, what does it mean then?
I don't know. Just say cheap.
Look at my chin, see?
That's how it goes.
No,
The funny thing is, it wasn't even. I know too much about the phone case. It wasn't even a cheap phone case. It was a decent amount of money.
not that stand. You should have got the same brand as you got last time because that lasted a long time.
But it also fell apart.
Yeah, but after like 2 years.
It wasn't that long.
I mean,
It was like a year.
okay, 1 year.
Well, I got another one, and it's coming tomorrow, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna try not to play with this whole thing.
Yeah, it's
All right. Well, hey, everybody.
click clack.
Let's talk about our.
Sponsor, Elever Consulting. Check out eleverconsulting.com for all kinds of like life skill things,
Like what?
getting into college, filling out an application, all that kind of good stuff.
That's good.
I
Like
mean, those kind of life skills are really important, and Elever Consulting can help you out with that. Eleverconsulting.com. Consulting.com. Cool thing is, I think we have a chat with Lucy
Yes.
tomorrow, and it's not. I mean, it's a
A
little bit.
live chat. Mine's not work.
It's a little bit about business, but the other parts are about just catching up
Yeah.
because she's also a very good friend of ours.
We love Lucy.
Ha!
I love Lucy.
Ha!
Is that what you left?
Well, we love Lucy. I think that was the sequel.
No.
No, it wasn't. It was a series. Sounds like a good sequel or a movie.
Ridiculous.
We could bring it back.
What's our giveaway question, sir?
Giveaway question is also episode 28. You have to name everybody that was on the show.
Yes.
And by name, not by relationship to each other or to me. Ooh, clues.
I just said clothes. That's weird.
Clothes?
Anyways.
Clues.
Scooter's
yeah,
giving out all the answers
I have.
since we've aired the show.
Yeah, that is true. Well, since we have the show, because this is episode 32, I think.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, I don't remember now.
Oh, me either.
Let's do this. I'm gonna
Don't
find
do it.
Oh no, I shouldn't have done that actually.
Aw.
But
you
I think
broke
it's
it.
episode 32 today, right?
Yeah.
Anybody out there?
Yes, I agree with
Oh,
that
I haven't
statement.
put episode. Even in the description of the episode, I put episode 32. So yes, it's episode 32. What's cool is about the live version. Well, you're
How
physically
many shots
derailing.
did you have?
You're physically derailing. I'm mentally derailing. According to
Hello, Valerie.
a look at I was just looking at how many videos we put out there. We've put out more live content than we have our old podcast,
Nice.
pre-recorded stuff.
Good job.
To who? Us?
Where were you going with this?
I was just saying that was really cool. We're at
Oh.
episode 32, and we don't have a ton of listeners, but we have some ride or die listeners. And
I thought
think
you were
that's
going to
really
tell
cool.
them where the answer was.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I talk long enough, I will. But yeah, episode 28 guess.
Yes.
Put that in the chat during the live. If it's not in the chat during live, you can always put it in a comment. Because I only look at the comments. Well, no, I look at all comments because there's not that many. So it's really easy to find.
Yes. Bailey says hi. Hi, Bailey.
Oh, Bailey's in there too.
And Valerie
Hey.
says, made it back home for the show. Feels late. Feels like I've been partying all night, and it's only 7.
Hey, that
Yes.
was yesterday for me.
Valerie, I think that means we're getting old.
And it was a very similar. We'll get to that. And I'm just taking a note. Putting
Okay.
a note. Because we'll get to that. Because it's not even about getting old. It's about drinking during the day
It's a little bit about getting
and
old.
not taking a nap.
Yeah, that part.
I mean,
The only time you drink during the day and take a nap is when you're on vacation.
but I was looking. I
'Cause
was like,
if you
I'm
do it all the
breathing
time at home, it's weird.
but even when you're younger, you fall asleep all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's an age thing. I just think when you get older, there's this, not older, but there's this gap of age from probably 20s
To 50.
to 50 to where you don't take naps. And then
Yeah.
after 50, you're like, you know what? I should go back to that nap thing that I did
I
when I was a
agree.
teenager.
It's amazing.
I
Because you
think
think you
that's
don't have
better.
the time, then you get older and you're like, F it, I have all the time in the world.
What else? Like all the crap I've got to do will still be here in the next 3 hours.
That's a long nap.
Well, that's
3 hours. It's like going back to bed.
yeah.
It's like how much sleep I normally get. Just kidding.
That's your own issue. That is your own issue.
I know.
There's no alarm clock.
Yes, there is.
No, there's no alarm.
There is an internal alarm clock that my body will not let go of.
There's no physical, actual alarm clock that gets you up. So
No.
it is a personal journey that you should
I've tried.
trek
I've
through.
tried to trek through it. My body. We went to bed at 2:00 yesterday. You know what time I got up?
Was it 2:00?
7. Yeah, we went to bed at 2:00
Why did we go to bed so late?
because you don't believe in sleeping.
Oh,
When
plus
I
we had
want
to
to
watch
sleep.
Loki.
We also watched like 3 shows after. We could have went to
Oh, we
bed,
did.
but you're like, why?
Yeah, because I like
rounding-
spending time with my
'Cause
wife.
I'm gonna get up at 7 no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like spending time with her.
I guess. I'm awesome.
That's kind of a thing. So yeah, that's our giveaway question in a long form.
Can I push the button?
It depends on what you're pushing.
Good thing. How many do you have?
Yes. I have a few. But,
Okay, I
I
have
mean,
3.
I have about 3.
Okay.
3 plus piggybackers.
All right, my first one. I made it to A-list on Southwest.
That's dope. I wish I was
Never have to sit and
I should have an
see it
applause
again.
button.
Well,
So-
for the next till 2025, I'm in the A's.
That's awesome. Because do people know what that means?
Probably
Explain
not.
what that means.
Oh, it just means so for Southwest they board in groups.
Southwest Airlines, when she travels,
Yes. The flight. Yeah, thank you for that. So it boards in groups, right? So A's and then B's and then C's. And so you have to check in, and the earlier you check in, the better
seat you get.
position number
Yeah.
you get, not seat, position number where you pick your own seat.
Which is a better seat.
That's not
Because
true.
if you pick your own seat, it's a better seat for you.
That's true.
Some people think sitting at the front is a better seat.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Mm.
I don't like sitting in the front.
Yeah.
I like 8 to 12th row
Hmm.
is about my sweet spot.
Yeah. But so for the rest of till 2025, even if I check in as the last person, I still get to walk in with A's, the A group.
Does it go? Is it A through 60?
A1 through 60, yeah.
So you'd be 60th.
I'd be 61st. Because you have to let I think you have to let all the A's go, and then they're like, then it's families, military, I think, and then any A's who didn't get an A position, then you get to walk on.
Do they even? I don't hear them say that.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
Oh, I don't listen to it
Yeah, I know.
because I'm usually like A10.
No, you're not. A10 if you paid for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
I never get A10.
I'm like 30
Oh,
bucks.
and it checks you in, so you don't have to check
That's another thing. You don't have to check in to get that. So it just
Yeah.
kind of puts you in.
in. A25 was my last 2, all by itself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So I always get a window because that's my seat. A window, always.
Yeah. I mean, that's also an answer to another question. Hopefully we'll be on air someday.
Yeah.
That's a teaser right
Someday.
there. Someday.
Jiminy.
Come on, Mr. Lopez.
All right. What's
So yeah. Me, it's a little pat on the back. I think we mentioned it before, but it arrived today digitally. Not today. It was like yesterday.
Yeah.
I got my media pass for PAX,
Woot woot.
which is kind of cool. But that doesn't really give you any. I don't think it gives you any elite access. I don't know yet, but I do know that they cover your 3-day pass.
Yeah.
To go to PAX Unplugged,
Which is
it's a convention. It's a Penny Arcade Expo. If you know what Penny Arcade is, if you're from the Northwest, you probably should. They used to do a lot of video
Games.
game
It's
stuff.
gaming
It's
people.
mostly video game
Yeah.
stuff, but they have an Unplugged. It's called PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia once a year that we go to. And I think we've mentioned on this podcast before. And we go every year. And I've been submitting to get a media pass every single year that we've gone because I've been going since 2017, their first one.
yes.
I think I went to their first one because I was, yeah. And so I'm going every year, and our company, under the company, I've been submitting every single year. And I got a media pass this year. So it says it on the badge, and people can make appointments with you to sit down and talk about their games and
Yeah.
talk about what they do. And I was like, that's really cool. I've always,
So if you get to go into secret places, I can't go with you. I'm a normie.
I don't know. I think I would be able to let you. I
don't
mean,
know.
as my camera person, this is my camera.
Then they'd be like, how come she didn't get one?
Well, because we applied
don't do
for
anything.
it because she's not on, she's behind the scenes.
We'll see.
So
He
it's like-
does have a lot of talking power, so we'll see how it goes.
usually
Yeah.
I can get things working, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that was really cool. And I got, for going there, since we got the media pass, I got this cool little gimbal for the iPhone and everything. You know, if anybody knows what that is, it's like it steadies your phone.
Yeah.
As you hold it. Thank you so much, Ryan, for giving me some suggestions.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan.
And I ended up not going with the one he suggested because I found one that fits has a longer battery life. I think it was my biggest push. It has like 18 hours of battery life. So I was kind of excited about that. So that's one of my good things. It showed up and I've been playing with that. While she was out of town, I had my gimbal up and I was like filming and walking away with a microphone and do some cheesy stuff. But
You should post that.
it was literally testing the mic. I was going, I'm walking away now. I'm turning my back to the camera.
Intriguing.
And
I
I'm
mean,
down my eye. And now
You'll
I'm
wanna
walking
watch it.
back to the camera. That's literally, I have like 5 videos of me doing that.
Yes.
So it's very funny.
My next good thing, speaking of being out of town, I was in Arizona again. But this time I stayed overnight. And I got to stay with my dad and Olga.
That's awesome.
Yes.
But because of your work, you can go and work and visit your dad.
Yes.
In the same trip.
Yes.
In the same, that's cool to me. So
Yeah.
keep going.
Unfortunately, he gets up at 3:00 in the morning to be at work at like by 5, I think, which is awful. So they go to bed like 9:30.
awful.
So I felt bad because I'm like, well, I want to hang out with you, but I know you need some sleep. So I think he stayed up till like 9:30 once.
Oh, goodness.
And Olga's like, okay, guys, I gotta go. I need some sleep. Dad's like, yeah, I live about 5 hours. I'm like, me too. So it was nice like hanging out with him and hearing his stories and talking about life and what's going on. I love catching up with him. He has good stories. If you've never had a conversation with my dad, he has great stories.
Great stories. And not like, yes, he might repeat some stories, but he really usually doesn't. It's
No.
not like old stories. They're like new stories that happened with what he's doing in life.
Yeah.
So there's a fear that when he quote unquote retires,
If ever.
he's gonna have to find something else to do.
Yes.
Otherwise,
he should write a book.
yeah,
He should write. Because my dad was like Black Panther, Black Muslim, hated white people for a real long time.
yeah.
He was a scary human, very hate-filled person for a long, long time. Ex-police officer. Like he's done so many cool things. And then like his story is very cool.
Yeah, I love this human being sitting down and talking to after my past of being obviously from a very racist area.
Yeah.
And on the other side, and then coming to say, sit down and have a conversation with a human being that if he would have met me back then would have probably said you need to die.
Right.
But
But he didn't actually kill anybody. that
and
we know of.
justifiably so.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
on that.
Right.
Well, yeah. So it's very interesting. And he also doesn't stop doing and experiencing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's super cool.
I agree.
So,
That was nice. You have any more?
oh, I do.
Okay.
And if you hear a low rumble, somebody likes to warm up their car right outside our window. At least
Yeah.
they're not stealing it, hopefully.
Oh, fingers crossed. Not 2 weeks in a row.
So I'll do this one. Moriah received her pedal today.
Yay.
And I got that message. Like I think
When
it's
did
on
you
my phone
ship
right
it?
there.
Is that
She got it. I think they got it on Monday, but I
okay.
think she finally
open it looked
went and got
yeah.
it, kind of
I
thing.
got it. Yeah.
But yeah, so Tulpa FX made a custom pedal that I wanted for her, and it was kind of a graduation present. So sent it to her. She said she's gonna send me. She may have already sent me videos. I don't know. She says I got to go to work, but I'll send you some videos of me playing it. But here she sent pictures of it. And stuff like
nice.
that. So very excited because it's if you know anything about pedals, I don't know if anybody listens to this. Trombley's probably the only one if he ever listens. Mike Trombley, but it's a Rat pedal. It's the 3 versions of the Rat pedal. You have, I think it's Rat, the Rat 2, and then I think it's the double Rat. So
Ratty Rats.
I can't remember what it's called. Rat Turbo, I think is what it's called.
Mine's better.
But yeah, one of the most classic distortion pedals of all time. So he put 3 of them in one pedal.
Cool.
So she can just make really crunchy sounds.
Nice.
So I was excited.
Hi, John in the chat. He said he's back from sabbatical and happy to return.
Sabbatical?
Oh, thanks, John. He said my pop's a great guy. He is.
You were on sabbatical?
John's been gone forever.
Oh, that's a sabbatical?
Yeah.
I just leave. I don't
Same
call it
thing.
anything. I was like, I'm out.
All right, my last thing, because we just did it before the show started. We just watched the Avatar Last Airbender real trailer, and it was awesome. It was awesome. So February 22nd, people, put on your calendars.
Yeah. So Last Airbender, the live action, I'm skeptical. I was
scared.
excited when it was first announced because the original creators were part of it,
Right.
and they have stepped away over
Yeah.
the last 6-7 months. So
Hopefully they just help write it and then step away.
right.
That'd be ideal.
I think that's great because I feel like it also has if you see the trailer, it's like, and you look at the list of casting, the casting's done very well.
They're not all pale.
Well,
That's a win.
they're Asian,
Yeah.
which
very
actually
exciting.
makes sense.
Yes.
In the storyline, it makes sense. So, and the sound sounded really good. The voices sounded really good. They sounded like, I like that voice.
I didn't hear them say his name, so that's my concern. I swear, I will put this out there right now. If they say I will burn something down. I don't know what yet.
I mean,
But if they say his name wrong, over it. M. Night Shyamalan ruined live action for me. So,
well, and realistically, like, that was the epitome. Funny thing about with like M. Night Shyamalan's version, because I only watched like snippets of it, and I was like, I can't
terrible.
even stand this.
no.
We had already moved past adaptations of cartoons to live action.
Yeah.
Other people were doing it and doing it well.
Yeah.
I don't know what he like.
We should have got to sue him for watching that. We'd have burned our eyes out.
I don't know if you can
Sue
sue somebody
him.
for a
Just
choice
kidding.
you made.
Yes.
So
That
my
was
last one.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing we went to Kawatsa.
That's fine. That was my shout out.
Oh,
We did. Kawatsa.
and it was kind of a good thing because I ran into Thomas from it was a food truck type. They're a food vendor that
Yeah.
used to go to tap rooms.
Pop up.
Yeah,
Beer
pop
Rocks.
up. It was called Beer Rocks, and like Beer Rocks, like it's German, right?
Yes.
But that's not what they made.
Yes.
It's called beer, like drink beer rocks.
Yes.
So and they did make beer rocks.
Yeah.
But I think they were called.
Not the traditional
I think
ones.
they were called something. Something had to do with Scorpions, the band Scorpions,
Yeah.
because they're from Germany. So, but all the food that they had like an 80s rock name to it, and I was like, this totally fits the vibe.
Yes.
So we sat down and we went to this place called Kawatsa,
Mm-hmm.
and never been there. It opened on the 4th of November,
Yeah.
which is 6 days ago.
We just randomly found it.
Well, not random. It's a whole nother story. We were trying to go to Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
So we got an Uber. Sarah booked the Uber. We go to there, and she goes, "Wouldn't it be funny if they're not open?" We pull up, and it goes, "Closed for a private event." And the Uber driver's like, "Well, that's a bummer." So
yeah.
she looked up another brewery, and there was this other one. So the cool randomness of this, that's what I really appreciate about, like, hey, we're not in the middle of nowhere and got nowhere to go. We're sitting in an Uber.
Right.
Like, it's not traumatic.
Yeah.
So we found that place and went over there, sat down, and we were probably there for a good 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we talked to the owner. He's the DJ. I got to look at his equipment. It was just crazy. And then this guy sits down. We're looking back and forth, and he goes, "Scooter?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I used to do beer rocks." I was like, "Oh."
No, the funny thing is, it wasn't a question. He's like, "Scooter." I was like, "Of course, friggin' course." And we're in a city, we're in an area
that we never go
that
to.
we don't go
we
to.
never go to Elk Grove.
We
and hang
haven't
out.
seen this homie since for what, 2 years?
Yeah, it's been no. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been a little over a year because we did
at the expo.
We did the expo
Yeah.
in September of 2022.
Still hasn't seen him in a year.
Yeah.
And it's still like, "Scooter." I was like, "Of course, of course."
Yeah. And yeah, it was cool. So yeah, that was a good thing. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
To
I also put that on my shout out.
have a mishap. Well, you could still shout out
Yeah, it's too
the
late, yeah.
place, but like I gotta say it's a good thing to have like the small mishaps
Yeah.
in life help you find something that's even cooler.
Yeah. And their tacos, shut up. So good.
Really good.
Yeah.
And they serve them. I think they just serve them all the time. They're always
I think
ready.
so. They seem like they're family.
Yeah, it's a whole. It's like 5
Yeah.
of them or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But the beer's above average.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the
lager
lager
was
was
good.
great.
Yeah, it was
The
super light.
IPA was good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like great, but it was above average.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the lager was
So
spot
good.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was light
So-
and tasted good.
Oh,
And it was 5%.
had a lot of.
They called it a light lager, but it was a 5%.
It was 5%, but I was like, maybe it means the color. I
Right.
don't know.
Delicious. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, that was it. Those are good things. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, that's all I have. What else you got? Nope, that's all I got.
That's what I have.
Ah, okay. Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant
of the week.
That's not funny.
Well, you looked at it like there was something in it.
No, I just no.
Okay.
Why would I? What?
You looked at your
Are
beer
you
like there
in
was,
my head?
like there was something in it.
Yeah, beer.
All right. What do you got?
Oh, where are we at? What are we doing ranting? Okay. So, I mean, I really, besides, I don't, it's hard for me to find something that I haven't ranted about already because I rant all the time.
Yes. Are you talking about in here or just in life?
In life, I rant all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And on here, I rant all the time. So I don't know when I haven't ranted about something before.
That's okay.
And there was something going on right before the show.
Yeah,
You
I
took
got it.
note
I have it.
for the rant?
Yeah.
Okay. But because we try not to really talk to each other before the show because then we'll have all of this dialogue happening right here before we even go live.
Yeah.
So we try to like not talk.
But this one's a little rough.
Yeah. So
he made jokes and he
I
thought it
made
was
jokes
hilarious.
and they were hilarious and I don't think they can be. I don't think I could practice those because they were so off the cuff and so freaking genius. Yeah.
He should be stand up.
She's side-eyeing. I've probably said this before. It's like I really have an issue, and it comes to fruition over and over. But there's sometimes it becomes a hot button for me. And realistically, I think lately it's been having a very strong opinion about things you don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Right. And I've said this many, many times before, but I think this last time it was kind of like, I have a strong opinion about IPAs.
Yes.
Right. But I'm not going to go, this is disgusting. You're an idiot. You
Right.
don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how to do this. Because you know what? I don't know how to make an IPA.
Right.
I just know what tastes good and what doesn't taste good to me.
Right.
That's it. Same with like picking, and I've said this multiple times before, picking an artist or a musician and going, they're super untalented, no kind of things, and you don't even play an instrument.
Right.
Like you've never sang a song or wrote a song in your life.
Yeah.
And comic books too. Like there's been some comic book stuff lately, and I think that online I've been watching some music kind of stuff, like reaction videos and those types of things. So especially like there was a comic book released, I think just not that long ago. It's a Scattered. I think it's on there, but there's like these, to me, it's the ultimate jerk troll. There's a difference between being a troll,
Yeah.
which I like trolls, right? But when it goes over into like this, it's weird.
Being an
to me.
a-hole.
Yeah, I think it stems also from like when I razz Tony a little bit.
Yeah.
About,
Coldplay.
Coldplay, or I razz him about not liking Ed Sheeran.
Right.
I was like, and that's okay because it's not a super strong opinion in saying Ed Sheeran has no talent.
Right.
He just doesn't like him.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it. And me saying I don't like Coldplay doesn't mean they don't have talent, but I can't sit there and say they're talentless and the songs. I was like, I can't do that. I've never released a song in my life.
Yeah.
So how can I say those types of things and have a true thing about it? And like a car, or I just feel like anything. And there's so many strong opinions out there from the keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
And we've seen some teenagers lately in the house. And that was another that kind of sparked that, because like their strong opinions on how to make a cake.
Yeah.
And they had no idea what they were doing.
I think one of them knew how to make a cake.
I think
He's
one of
like
the.
he watched British Baking Show.
Oh, okay. But that. Okay. That's a whole nother rant. Because I can watch a YouTube video about it does not mean you can do it. That's idiocy.
I don't know.
You can learn by watching a YouTube video
Yeah.
and then practicing for what is it? You can do it 10,000 times, then become an expert.
Yeah.
But you can't watch the video and be an expert because you baked a cake once.
That's true.
That's to me, I think that's my kind of my thing too. Is like you're looking at these videos, you're looking at these things online. I was like, there's so many things that I do not know how to do. I have an opinion about them. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to look in and say this sucks and they should not be doing this as for a living.
Right.
Yet they are making a living at it and you are not.
Yeah.
I think it's a general rant, but I think kind of the spark was the kind of the cake kind of thing.
They're also children.
And it was, yes, but I was like, these children grow up and then they keep those opinions. And they
Ooh,
go,
John's opinion. Taylor Swift is bad. And hi, Left Twix. #
Taylor Swift
ban
is
trolls.
bad to you,
The words.
to John. She is
To
bad
a
to
lot
him.
of people, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's doing okay.
To Mariah right now.
She's doing okay. But I just look at it that way. It's like, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan by any means. I'm just not. I don't think she's like the most amazing songwriter or guitar player. I just don't. But I can't say that she's a crap songwriter, a crap guitar player. I can't say that. Do you know why? I've never released a song. Nothing.
Yep.
I've never written a song and published it. So I
Never
can't
been on tour. You
Yeah.
know.
So I can't say those things.
Yeah. All right. My rant, because I saw it again before we got on here. So I don't understand, and this is mainly, I don't understand people who are like, hey, can I have some of your SCOBY and your sourdough starter? And I want the older the better. Like, give me all that old yeast. And they just get it from random people. Like, it's not like, hey, my next door neighbor or my best friend has a sourdough starter or a SCOBY and I'm going to use it. Like, you don't know where these people's SCOBYs and sourdough starters came from. I just find it really gross.
But it's common, I thought.
It is
to do
super
that.
common.
It's like, do you have a starter?
Yes.
That was really huge over the shelter in place.
Yes.
Was the starters.
It's
the
still
sourdough
weird.
starters.
You're using someone. I'm just saying, you don't know these people. You have no idea. You just know their sourdough starter worked because they made bread, or their SCOBY worked. Have you ever seen a SCOBY? It looks disgusting.
I don't know what
Let
a
alone
SCOBY
some
is.
random
It
person's
sounds
SCOBY.
gross.
It's what you use to make kombucha. It's
Oh.
literally that layer, that little, looks like, I don't want to say flan, but that sounds terrible. But it looks like a layer of gelatin, basically, that just sits
Oh,
on
it's
your...
just like a living creature.
Yes. But why would you want to use somebody else's? I don't know.
Well, look at that. It was like, and I understand where you're coming from, but I think that's a common thing for people to take these starters and do it because
I know.
because it stays. Where else are you going to get it?
Right. Bakeries.
Where are you going to get it? Okay, but you get it at a bakery. That's still somebody's personal.
I
They
know.
used it, so
I know.
what's the difference?
I know.
You know, I mean, it's
That's why I don't make sourdough
it's a
oat
culture.
kombucha.
It's a culture, right?
Yeah. And it all gets cooked out anyways. I just find it odd that people like literally will just post and be like, does anybody have an old sourdough starter I can have some of? Why?
I just think culturally that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But what we were talking about before but it's not culturally acceptable.
Not we. This was you. Go
I
ahead.
was like, so we want somebody as some sourdough starter, some yeast, that's been around and doing this culture for a long time. But yet, before we hook up with someone, we want to get checked for STDs. We're like, hey, I don't want a random yeast infection. Anybody got, I can't do it.
No, you can't.
I can't do it.
He found it very funny earlier.
It's very funny. It's still very funny. It's like, could you imagine? I was like, do you know what I'm looking for right now? I got your yeast infection right here.
Disgusting. So gross.
I was like, no, I wanted a sourdough starter.
Stop
What's
it.
the difference?
So gross.
What's the difference? Just use
It's
this.
still gross. Your joke's not funny. It's still gross.
You're laughing.
Because it's disgusting.
But no, I feel like that the sharing of certain things like that can be a little odd.
Yes. Left Twix said, is it gross to drink milk out of the jug? Not if it's your milk. Do what you want. But don't come to my house to drink milk out of my jug. That's gross.
That's a thing. If you're sharing, I mean, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like if we're sharing, like, let's say chips and salsa,
Yes.
you and I don't care if you double dip.
No.
I really don't care. When it's anybody
Like
else,
a community salsa.
if it's anybody else, I'm having a problem with that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you're the only one living there and you're putting your mouth on the milk jug and you live by yourself,
Yeah.
it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But if somebody else lives there and drinks that milk, to me, that's gross.
Yes.
That's just, and it's not like cringe, like gross, I'm going to throw up. It's just like, to me, it's disrespectful.
I don't know your
more
mouth
than
then.
anything else. Yeah.
That's all. I don't know your mouth
But if
then.
it was you and I was like,
Yeah.
if you drank out of the milk carton, I could care less.
Yeah.
Would not bother me. But
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either because there's other people in the house.
Glasses.
And we don't drink milk either.
I mean, no matter what it is.
Yeah. But we'll share a beer. And your
No,
lips,
you won't.
it's got nothing to do with the lip service that's on my cup. It has to do with, do you want to share anything that's another thing. Like, for some reason, I ask if I can have something of hers. She just grabs mine.
Yes. You want to know why? Because when I have some of yours, it's a sip. It's a tiny amount. If I let you try anything I have, you've eaten half of it. Yes.
At least more than that. Like, we're talking like 2/3 minimum.
Oh, man. All right. Comment. John said it's literally borrowing someone else's germs. Yes, it is.
Well, it's not just borrowing. It's forcing your germs on somebody else.
I think he was talking about the SCOBY and the
Oh,
soda
yeah.
starter.
But you're asking.
Right. But you're
So-
borrowing someone else's germs. I mean, literally. And at least for the sourdough, you're going to bake it out. Kombucha.
Kombucha is
It
still
just
going to
keeps
ferment
growing.
out. But it's going to ferment out, which is true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to me, there's still a hint of somebody's something in there.
You just don't know. What, they have cats?
I was like, what if they have cats? What's that? What if they have chlamydia?
I mean, yeah, but why? How was that?
I don't even know what.
Right.
I don't know. I know it's an STD. I don't know it's a bacteria. I just don't know. I think it's a bacteria.
Yeah, we're moving on. Do you have another rant? I mean, yours was pretty long.
Yeah, but I could rant about that pretty much. That's my rant of.
You can add them. You can add to my rants.
That's the rant of my life. It's my rant is yucking somebody's yum for the sake of yucking somebody's yum.
Yeah.
Is not okay. If
Agreed.
you have an opinion and you want to express your opinion and force it on somebody else, you better have a way to back it up.
Yeah.
In the sense of you should probably be not an expert in that field, but have some skin in the game in that field.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
All right. SMUD. If SMUD sends me one more email, SMUD is our electric company. If they send me one more email or message telling me that it looks like our cost this year is higher than it was last year, I'm gonna be like, you're charging me. We're not using less energy or more energy than we were last year. Your cost is more expensive. I'm like, stop messaging me and tell me my bill's gonna be higher.
They're
It's
saying
rude.
it looks like it's going to be more expensive. It's like, yeah, you changed the price.
Right. I'm
It
like, well,
doesn't
then
look
lower
like
it
it,
back.
If it looks like it's going to be more expensive, change the number.
Right. I'm like,
There you
I'm
go.
all for you lowering it down $47 because it's going to be higher this month. I'm like,
Yeah, just
why are you
wait.
telling me? Anyways,
Yeah, that one's weird.
It annoyed me. Okay.
I think it's verbiage.
People, now, granted, have we done this? Yes. Because canceling appointments is a thing sometimes. You wake up sick, things
We
happen.
talked about canceling
blah, blah, blah.
last week.
Did I?
Yeah. Canceling last minute was last week's. Right?
Oh, I'm doing gigs. I went on audits and they canceled the day of
Jeez.
the appointment,
This
and I was
whole-
really mad. That's a short one. I have one more.
I think that's going to be one of her rants every week.
Every week until people stop canceling.
Some of mine are repetitive too.
So here's what I feel like. COVID gave us a really, really good opportunity to learn how to Zoom, to learn what it looks like to be on Zoom, to have your information ready, to be prepared. So when people get on Zoom and they're like, I can't figure out why this isn't working. What is happening right now? You're an adult. Not Teams.
Right.
Zoom.
Okay. Now, if it's Zoom, Facebook Messenger, even Discord, I'm just saying, Discord's not hard. Like, you click a button and it's on. It's easier than Zoom.
I can't ever get out of Discord.
Well,
When
then
the stage is
obviously
on
you
or
can
whatever
be
it
in
is.
it. Then I'm talking about connecting with a call. You click the little button, and there's a little other button that says, has like your monitor, and it has a line through it. You click that, it comes back on.
Yeah.
It's very Zoom-like. Teams,
Teams
whole
is
nother
trash.
mess.
We should
Whole
talk about
nother
that too. Trash.
Oh, I think we've
Trashy,
ranted
trash,
about those two
trash.
things.
But anyways, that was my thing because that happened this week. Someone
Yeah.
couldn't figure out how to
Those
get their
those are pretty fresh.
speaker to work, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Use your phone. Anyways,
Seriously.
just saying.
If you log, I mean, especially on your phone, if
Yeah.
you connect over your phone, everything's
Right.
done.
Right.
You don't have to choose a microphone. It has one.
Right. You know. What do I know? All right, that's all I had.
And that's it.
Yep,
And show's over.
that's it. That's all. Bye.
What?
No, next
Oh.
section. There's no sounders, so that's all you.
Oh, what's up in you? Or area?
Did you write anything down?
Yeah, I only wrote down one.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine is like, and it like sparked something. There's a wedding fair here in Sacramento. So
Aw.
we went to it.
Many years ago.
Yeah. Was it for us?
Don't think so.
Or was it for your sister?
Had to be for Becca.
Are you sure? I
We
think
weren't getting married here.
that doesn't mean we didn't go to a wedding fair
That's true. But why would we?
because we were getting married.
But it was for
Like-
like Sacramento. Like there's nothing.
No, it's like a product line stuff. It's not venues.
I
it
guess
was-
that's true.
Yeah. So I think we went. Maybe it was for us. I don't remember. But when it just popped up and I was like, wedding fair this weekend. We've been there. It's down at the Westin.
Did you want to go again? Is that why you're bringing it up?
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
Just
It just popped up first thing, and I was like,
You don't want to get remarried?
well, we didn't have anything going on this weekend, and so
We
it was
didn't.
we
Now.
we didn't know.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really. We usually have something scheduled or something we're hyped about every
Yeah.
weekend. This weekend we're kind of like, I guess we'll work.
Well, let me tell you what else is happening in Sacramento. The Ain't Too Proud to Beg is out on Broadway, and that kind of sounded fun.
What's that?
It's about the Temptations. It's a whole Broadway play about the Temptations.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that'd be fun.
Interesting.
I think it's a cheap ticket too. Fresno though I think Fresno might have the best event. First they have the bowling regional competition at Bolero. Woot, woot. My brother's probably going to be there because he's a big bowler. But the other one is
Bowler or baller?
no, he's a bowler.
He's a baller.
He's not a baller.
It's a bowling ball.
No. At Strummers, there is a DJ event, and this is what it's called. It is Nicki Minaj versus Megan Thee Stallion versus Doja Cat. Shut
Come
up.
on.
I know.
'Cause
I was like, what is
that's a
this?
strong opinion I have about stuff.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, and if I don't know if anybody's a Nicki Minaj fan.
Just you.
I am. I'm not obviously, but I'm also a fan of Doja Cat.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of Megan Thee Stallion, and it's my own stupid bias.
Right.
It's because I feel like Nicki did it first, paved the way, and now we have Megan Thee Stallion. It's my only reason. Does she have amazing music? Yes, she put some really cool stuff out there. And was it yesterday? Yesterday was a song that got released. It was a remix of Cobra,
Yeah.
of a Megan Thee Stallion song, with Spirit Box.
It's a good song. It's a
And-
good remix.
Whoa. It's a real remix.
If you didn't like the song, you might like it now.
Yes. And you know when they say remix and all of a sudden it just has like a little doo, 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 doo,
Do-do-do-do.
like, and you're like, what is that? That's not a remix. This is a true remix.
Yeah.
It has heavy guitar, has amazing vocals in it now too, and screaming, because that's who Spirit Box
Metal
is.
screaming,
Yeah.
not just like murder screaming.
Yeah.
In case you don't know who Spirit
horror
Box
film.
is.
Yeah, Spirit Box, and to me it was just so cool. As you know, so when you mentioned that, I was like, it sparked. I didn't know if you did that on purpose, but
Well, no, I mean that popped up, and I thought, how cool is that? I want to go to that event.
so if not a Megan Thee Stallion fan, but you like heavy metal,
Yeah, you might like it.
listen to this. If you're a heavy metal fan and not a Megan Thee Stallion fan, you should probably listen to it.
Yeah.
Like if you're on
a good mix.
either side of that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
John said Strummers is tiny. That's a cool event. Right? One day we'll go to Strummers. Okay. In Seattle, they have a Slack Key Guitar Festival. Do you know what that is?
a what?
A Slack Key guitar?
No,
It
slap key,
Slack.
slack key.
Yeah. It looked very Hawaiian. That's what the picture. When I saw the picture, it looked like
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a whole festival for it.
What?
Lauren Hill's gonna be there, maybe.
That's funny.
You're welcome. And
Does
they're having,
anybody? I mean,
what? Does anybody get that joke?
besides us,
Oh, my phone fell over.
I mean, would anybody else? Okay.
And then they're having a Diwali light festival in Seattle, and I was like, oh, it's probably super cool.
But I'd go there just for Lauryn Hill.
Maybe. Lauryn Hill has shown up to an event late and said, "You guys should be glad I'm here." And then the next event, she didn't even show up
Yeah.
at all. So I
there's-
said, that's why I said maybe, but she's supposed to be in Seattle. I mean, she'll be in the city for sure.
She definitely has that persona.
Yeah. And then last two in Olympia, they are replaying The Labyrinth at Capitol Theater on the big screen. And I thought that's a Scooter event right there.
Have you seen it?
No,
Why?
because the guy looked hecka old. It's the most
do you
80s thing I've ever seen.
What do you mean the guy looked hecka old?
The picture they have, the guy with the hair looks like a lion. He looks like a lion.
Okay. We're gonna have to move on because
Sorry, people over 45. I apologize. Look, John's laughing. He thinks it's funny.
youth these days,
I know.
you millennials.
I tried. I couldn't do it. All right, last thing. At the library there, for some reason, they're having a birds of prey event. So they're bringing out hawks and the falconry's going to be there and owls. And I was like, oh, how cool is that? They're going to have all the birds. Like
Those-
live ones.
Aren't those predators?
Yeah, birds of prey. That's what it is. They're tame, hopefully. Ish.
We did that once. What
I
was
know,
it? The falconry?
Yeah.
We did falcons.
Yeah. We did falconry stuff
Well, falconry stuff.
with owls.
And fun fact, the guy who custom made that guitar for me over there also owns a falcon. Like
Like a real one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
he has a whole thing and they takes him out and
Like a pet? Are you supposed to have a falcon as a pet? Was he injured?
it's Roseville.
Mm, I don't
And
know.
he's white. So
I don't,
if
I
you're in
don't know
Roseville
if I
and
like that.
you're in Roseville
Not
and you're
that far.
white,
The-
you can
I
do
just feel
whatever
like you
want.
should only have falcon if they were injured and like you're saving their life.
I don't know if that's where it came from, but I got to meet it
Yeah.
a couple times.
'Cause I think they're also going to have vultures, which vultures are freaking creepy. Oh,
Mhm.
heebie-jeebies. And if you have nothing else to do this weekend, go see the Marvels or binge Loki because they dropped the last episode
for
yesterday.
reals. Like, come on, man.
And that's on my What's Up
I
in You
can't
area. That's all I got.
can't talk more about Loki.
All right. I'm going to put it right on your face. And
Shout out!
Woo! I
You're-
missed the woo.
Well, you're supposed to just push the button. You don't have to tell people what
But-
you're gonna do. That way, it just
I was going to do the woo
it
first.
creates more of a flow.
Ah,
can woo now.
lame. It's not the same.
All right. Well, we're into the shout outs. And the cool thing is, like, no joke, my first shout out is why do you have to open up the bottle right next to the mic? You turn the camera off, you had to hear.
Nobody would have known.
It would have sounded like a toot.
I know, from you.
Have you ever seen a chicken? There's a
Oh, jeez. Shut
Okay.
up.
So, literally, my first shout out is you getting the message from Orlando's, getting it from Valerie about them going and chasing down a taco truck
Yes.
at a brewery. I think that's awesome because you did that, and we had a very similar experience yesterday, but we didn't chase it down. It just happened.
Just found us.
Yeah, it was like it found us. So I just like I had to write that down because I was like, that's awesome. Those kind of things we have to do more often, right? It was like, I love that place. Where are they at? I mean,
Yes.
our daughter does that. Like she'll find, was it what the taco place?
I can't think of what it's called. I didn't-
Vatos.
Oh, Los Vatos. Thick Vatos.
Thick
Not
thick
Los
vatos.
Vatos. Thick Vatos. It's
Los what? Thick vatos.
not that far off.
But it just doesn't sound right.
No. Yes.
Thick vatos. And she follows them, and when she craves them, she finds out where they're at and goes and finds them.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. That was my first like shout out was Orlando's hitting up a brewery. I don't remember. You told me what brewery it was, but it doesn't matter.
Crow and Wolf.
Crow and Wolf. We'll have to check that out next time we're down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first one.
Mine is the Elk Grove Hyundai dealership. We took the car in
Yeah.
because it was time to get an oil change. And they really just are like the nicest people. And they're just always so happy. And they always make jokes. And I don't know. I just like taking my car there because we've taken to several dealerships in the area. And they're my favorite.
I have to very much agree because even when we pulled it in, I was like, that's the same guy last time.
Yeah.
I go, no, I said, I think that's the same guy as last time. And then he pops up and goes, "Hey, just put the keys in the car. And all right, I'll see you inside." And I'm like, "That's totally the same guy." He's a really tall black guy.
Yeah.
Just, "Bah-bah,
Yeah.
bah-bah." And I'm like, "That's the same guy."
Yeah.
And we hadn't been there for like a year.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Um,
just like them.
And then we walked in, and the guy sitting up front, we started talking about cars, and he like, it wasn't forced conversation.
No.
Let's look at it that way. Like, you can tell when somebody's putting on a forced conversation. No,
Yeah.
he was like really talking. He goes, "I just want an automatic." And I was like, "Well, I want a manual." And he's like, "I have 2 manuals." It was like, "Sometimes I just want to chill." Like, he had like, it was a real conversation.
Yeah.
So he was really great. I don't know. It was it's always been a pleasant experience.
Yeah. So it's a
to go
weird
to
shout
Elk
out,
Grove.
but
Not really.
that's my shout out.
That's a shout out.
Also, we have to look at new cars that we're not going to buy.
Yeah. I mean, the new
Yeah.
Kona looks really cool.
The Ion looks cool.
Even the new Santa Fe looks dope.
Ionic. Sorry, not Ion. Yeah, it does.
You know, it really does.
Yeah. All right,
So-
what do you got? That was my only one because you took the other 2.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
What do you mean the other
It
two?
was Kawatsa and then the Beer Rocks.
You can talk about Watson in a second,
I did it.
because we could talk more about themselves.
We already did it.
Okay. I have to give it a shout out. Ambiverse is coming up soon. So if you are in Sacramento area and you listen to this, Ambiverse is playing on the 18th. I think it is the 18th. They'll be down at Old Ironsides. It's a 21 and up event. We're definitely going. But if you guys want to come hang out with us, November 18th, we know some people in the band.
Right?
And it's a pretty cool venue. I think we've been there, I'm sure.
Yes, we have.
I don't think we go to bad venues, but
Yes.
they're usually small.
Yes, we have.
These are we don't, not once, but not twice.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. There's 3 bands that night. They're one of the openers, and really cool people. Some pretty good songs. So I enjoy them. Ambiverse, check them out on Spotify, or come hang out with us and have some drinks and play.
Can I block someone in the chat or just leave it?
Why?
You gonna read it?
I don't know.
Just because it's nice. I'm like, I don't know you. Just something random.
I don't even know what it says.
John said leave it. All right. All right. Do you have any more shout outs?
Greatest kick streamer? What is it? I mean,
Isn't
Is
it
it-
Kick KIK? Or is that the app? Is that not a thing anymore?
oh, I think that's an app, right?
I think it's KIK. KICK is just a kick. I don't know. I'm old.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
that's been around for a minute. Yeah, I mean, we'll look into it there, King Shavers. That doesn't look weird. But just don't be douchey.
Oh, thanks. It's like a real person. I just thought it was like a bot.
I know. It's just I felt like you're looking at like the spelling looked weird, and I was
We were
like,
just confused. We'll leave it. Thanks.
yeah. I mean, it's like, be a fan. I'm cool with it.
We'll find out what kick streamer is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I won't, but Scooter will.
I
I'll write it down for him.
I look into a lot of things and stuff that works. Like I've had Twitch. I even had what was the Microsoft one for a while. I had that one right off the bat, and then there's a whole history. Like Ninja went over there.
Oh, yeah,
He went
Ninja.
over there and like completely got off Twitch and went to their streaming service, and then that streaming service shut down.
Well, that sucks.
And he's like, "Hey, Twitch,
Oh, can I come back?
can I come back?
Oh, that's sad.
I'm gonna play some video games."
Do you need more shout outs?
Yes. Ambiverse. My other one was, I am super nerding out still to this day. I cannot find a fault to Rode microphones
I
and
thought
the
it was say
Rode
to me.
equipment.
I was like, oh, so sweet. Just kidding.
Okay.
Continue.
I just can't, like, the stuff that they do, the content that they put out that actually shows you how to use stuff and do things is such high quality. Such high quality. I was testing out their microphones and testing out some of their, accessories and their soundboard the other day, because I was like, we're going to go to Philadelphia soon and I want to record some good stuff. Not live, because the Wi-Fi and the connection in there is like really bad.
It's like a
at that-
gajillion people.
Yeah, the convention center, it's so bad. but it'll be recorded stuff, and it's going to be mostly about gaming, board gaming, and that kind of stuff. And it'll probably be, we probably won't post it on here, but it'll be on my company's, YouTube channel, Time to Tabletop. But I just can't find a fault in the Rode products. I mean, every other products I've found a fault. Kind of like, I like it, but I was like, I feel like all of their stuff, everything that I've ever used or touched has been so good. And I know they don't need this little tiny podcast to give them a shout out. But I just get excited anytime I touch something that has the Rode label on it. I'm like, this is going to be fun to use. It's
going to work.
It's going to work great. And I'm going to love it.
It was hilarious. So the Shag Married Annoyed podcast I listened to,
Yeah.
they also they went on the road today. And so like one of their stories was about Rode. And she's like, look, we have these Rode things. And I was like, how funny is that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they just, it's so cool to have something that is so functional and makes sense. Like so many times there's so many weird things to push and stuff. There's like, meh. So.
Yeah. Chad's mess. I can't. I gotta stop touching my phone.
Well, I don't know what you're doing. You're texting. I mean, my phone's vibrating.
Listen. It's Bailey's fault.
Oh, she chatting with all of us.
She sent us a text message, so I was responding. Because she sent a picture, and it's funny.
Oh,
that's all.
We should allow like links. She should put a picture in there.
I don't think she wants to.
Oh, let me see. We'll put it on live. Let's see what it is.
No, that's not nice. You're not putting it on live.
Oh goodness, why not?
Oh, I have to shout out today.
Bailey, can I put this on the video? This is amazing. Bailey, get in the chat.
So
say yes or no. Either Bailey says yes or Ryan.
Well, Ryan
says yes.
can't. He's busy.
There we go. So here we go. This is.
I need to move.
No. So basically, her husband, Ryan, is giving her
dyeing her hair. Yeah.
Highlights while they're watching the show. I love it.
Last shout out. Shout out to all the parents who stayed home with their kids today on this 3-day weekend. My sister just texted and said, "How many hours till Monday?"
I'm not kidding. We had like one of the roughest 16-year-old teenage days.
Yeah, in a while. Though, I must say that.
It's been a minute, but we knew it was coming because he was very quiet all this week.
No, that's not even why. I
think you can feel the vibe.
He overstayed. Yes, Valerie. It's because you have a mini you. Valerie said mine's easy. Yeah, give him mini Valerie.
That's fine. Good for you. Have 4 more, and then you probably won't have all of them be that great.
John said mute.
I had one good kid too.
What? You have 1 out of 5? Is that what you're saying?
4 terrors.
Who's the one?
That's the question, isn't it? Oh,
depends on the day.
But it does. It rotates. Not now. Now it's a 3-person rotation because my other daughters are adults. So I was like, do you?
Yeah.
Be happy, have fun.
So Left Twix has a question, and everyone needs to chime in. He said, "My wife wants me to shave all my chest hair. Should you?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Know what you should do? You should
no.
sugar.
No.
Sugar it.
No. No.
Don't shave it. Sugar it. It's better.
No. All of this is no. As somebody who
John said shave half and compare sides.
Depends on what side you sleep on and what side she cuddles.
Oh my.
As a person who does trim his chest, I do, and other things. Don't shave with a razor.
It's just sugar.
But that's, to me, I probably, because that gets down to the skin level.
Yeah, but it's better than waxing.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what they say.
Okay. But you could just trim it at a 0 with your razor, or your electric razor, those kind of things, that don't shave it clean. Because especially if you've never done it, it's going to be
well. You could go somewhere where they're a pro at it. So sugar, they asked what sugaring is. Sugar, you take sugar.
Oh yeah.
And you make it's like a wax almost,
paste.
but it's a sugar wax, so it's like less harsh on your skin. And so it sticks more to the hair than it does to the skin, because wax sometimes can stick to the skin and it makes it like irritated. But sugaring isn't as bad. So let us know how it goes.
And John says he shaves a V in his.
Oh, that's so sweet.
What's that? What's that for? Victory Man? Are you trying to be a superhero? Oh, Valerie Man. I get it.
Stupid. Oh, okay.
Victory Man.
We have changed things up, kind of.
Did we?
I don't really know what the next topic is.
Advise me not.
She does know what the topic is.
I don't understand it.
It's lunch about.
Salud. I'm just gonna let you talk a lot, and I'm gonna play off it.
No, you can't, because it has something I can't speak on. So, we're going to actually break down this topic real quick.
Oh, good.
Give it some disclaimer. Okay, you can give me one if you want.
Oh, okay. You didn't even finish.
Well, I'm going to...
I'll just chug it for you.
Okay, sounds good. I don't know what's happening. So, today's topic I put down was manly and womanly. And it was kind of sparked with a conversation of what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. Okay? So... the concept of the topic is I'm coming at it from a white cis male. Okay? If you know my standpoints, if you know me, you know, and if you want to know more, you can just message me. My standpoints on other people that identify as male, all those types of things. I can't speak for that. I can't speak for those things. I have many, many friends in many different cultures and many different types of lives, but I can come at it as a white cis male, and that's it, because I'm not gonna put any sort of standpoint on anybody else, because we have enough white cis males having their opinion on those things, and it doesn't relate to them. Okay, so the idea was to come at it from a white cis male and then have a black cis female have her standpoint on what it means to be manly or what it means to be womanly. So that's kind of a disclaimer. But if we get off the rails and we start speaking about stuff that we don't know about, so I could have some opinions about seeing what I see see Sarah as a black cis female. I can see my perspective, but I can't tell her perspective. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Kind of the rules of the conversation, because I think you're an idiot. It's kind of when it goes back to having a very strong opinion about things you know nothing about. I do not know what it means to be a woman. I do not know what it means to be a black woman.
Yes.
It's just fact. So for me to have a strong opinion about that, you kind of sound like an idiot.
Agreed.
And we have too many white cis males having opinions about those things that don't pertain to them.
So you're going to start this conversation, and I'm going to add, John, we're just drinking proper. I think the same thing we drink. I need some tequila in my life.
That's our shot whiskey.
I need some tequila. Some good tequila.
So, yeah.
Beach in Mexico. Okay, let's do this. What do you got? Night, John.
Oh, is he going to bed? All right. So basically, I'm looking at from what it means to be a guy in 2023. Doesn't have to be 50. I mean, but to be like manly.
Okay.
And it's changed over the years,
right?
Because I know I grew up with, to be manly, you had to not cry, rub some dirt on it, learn how to fix a car, all those types of things, which I did. Right. I did do those things. But as we grow and evolve, you still have to know those things. But it's less about having to not cry or, swallow your emotions. It's more about you need to learn how to process them.
Yeah.
And move forward. So my first thing was like, being manly to me is like, by default, by DNA wise, the XY, right? Is it XY?
Don't know. Go ahead.
XY chromosome?
Sure. I don't know.
It's XX and
but
XY.
It's not relevant. Continue.
It is relevant. It is relevant because by default, the normal XY is a stronger human being.
Okay.
They're built a little bit thicker, taller. That's it. In current 2023, in our current. So to be more of a, by default, a protector.
Okay.
And that's somebody that, hey, if something's going on, this person needs to step in because they're kind of my muscle.
Yeah.
That was kind of my first point on there.
So to be strong and
Physically strong.
yeah.
Like if you need to move a couch, by default, the XY chromosome is bigger.
Right.
There's exceptions to all these rules.
Yeah.
Okay. And that comes with, you have that nature and nurture. Nature is normal. That's nature. But you could also have somebody that sits around for 50 years and can't lift a thing.
Right.
And then you have a 110-pound female
Right.
XX chromosome that is much stronger than this person that just sat around for 50 years.
It truly bugs me to have to ask you to open and move things.
Yeah.
It drives me insane because I'm like, I should be able to do it.
I agree with that.
It really bugs me. Like if I get to the point where I've asked you to do something like physically, I'm already annoyed that I can't do it. Even, which is stupid because again, I know that I'm not as strong as you are. I know that I'm not built the way you are to move and lift things like
Right.
physically. Still bugs me.
But I think that could go on the flip side too. It still bugs me the things that you can just naturally, your body can do.
Like what?
Your flexibility.
Flexibility can be learned.
I think it can be learned. I'm not saying any of this is,
Yeah.
can't be learned and can't be adapted and have an exception to the rule. What I'm saying is naturally, like the way bones are laid out. And I'm saying, again, I'm going to default it one more time.
You don't have to default it. We got it.
Okay. There's exceptions to all of this.
Yes.
Because I just feel like that. I'm like, why can't I just bend over and touch my toes?
Yeah.
I have to work at it and
Right.
I have to get my body attuned to it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to naturally, even when I wasn't like as strong as I've become as old man strength, opening up a jar was just like pop.
Right.
Right. And there's something to that. We talk about the trope of, we haven't talked about, but there's a trope of, woman not be able to open up the jar and stuff. Well, there's women out there that crush me with one
Right.
hand. Like, but normally it's not that direction.
So are we discussing like the tropes of masculine versus feminine? Is that what we're talking
No, I'm saying what it means to be manly
Mm.
and what it means to be womanly in 2023.
So I'm going to go on the part that bothers me about what they say it means to be womanly in 2023.
Who's they?
Society.
Who's they?
I'm
Who's
gonna,
You live in society, so you are society. So who?
not me. Most people. The fact that if you don't show up still at this day and age, if you don't show up in some type of makeup, you're not considered feminine.
Oh, that's insane to me.
I wear makeup like twice a year if we like a big date or there's someone's having an event like a wedding, basically as much makeup as I wear. And even that, it's like eyeliner and mascara. So the fact that you're still portrayed as not as feminine if you don't have makeup on, if you don't get dressed up, if you don't wear heels, like that part of being feminine still drives me crazy because it's still considered you're still looked as less than feminine if you don't do those things.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with it, but you're
Me either.
absolutely correct.
But yeah.
Well, let's go. I mean, and flip that. If a guy wears makeup of any sort, he just lost his masculinity.
That's true.
Which is insane
It's
to
true.
me.
Or paint your nails.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Because it really just depends on what you feel good in, what you feel you look good in. It also depends on your what field of work you're in.
Yeah.
Like, I've worn makeup, not by choice, but I mean, yes, I did. When I was younger, when I was like kind of a goth thing, I did eyeliner and painted my nails and that kind of thing. This was like 80s, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So I agree with that. But there's people that are like paving the way away from that.
Right.
You know, was it
But
Alicia
it's-
Keys? Like, she wears no makeup.
But when you're when you're rich, you can do whatever the F you want. I'm talking about like a normal.
Again, when we talked, I don't know if I mentioned it on here, but I have a very strong opinion about it. It's like, if just not makeup, but if you do something that's out of the norm, like wear makeup a lot as a guy or not wear makeup as a woman in traditional sense, you're considered very weird. If you're rich, you're eccentric.
Yes.
That's insane to me.
I agree.
Like, why are you eccentric if you have a lot of money?
Right.
And you're weird if you don't.
I don't know.
So do
annoying.
you? That's a big part of it. I was like, but I just feel like what it means in 2023 to be womanly.
So I think the other, I don't know. That's a hard thing. It's a hard statement to say because I feel like there's this weird line of like, if you do this, then you're considered womanly, and if you don't, then you're not. One thing I feel like it's really big still is wanting to have kids.
Oh yeah,
That's
still there.
Yeah, it's
That's
one of
still
those
there.
things of like, if you have kids, it automatically makes you more feminine.
It makes you like, are you a lesbian?
Right? If you don't want
Are you-
any.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's I
Like
don't
there's
understand.
something wrong with you if you don't want, you're
Yeah.
less feminine if you don't want to have kids.
But
And
if
I don't understand that.
But if a guy doesn't want to have kids, totally fine.
Right. It's like, good for you. Like, what? Where do you think all these kids are coming from? Takes two. Any and an Audi.
We don't know. Science.
So that part bugs me. I'm just going with what bugs me about.
I feel like you're going, what is the anti? But I'm okay with it. I was like, I just picked something because it was kind of something that I've been seeing a lot lately. I've been watching some videos, Musician's Mansion, that kind of thing. And then you're seeing a lot of people in this house that some of them are very manly and some of them are very not manly. And yet they're all manly.
Right.
Right. And I've been, there's been some videos of some fighters, some MMA fighters and that kind of thing that I watch. It was kind of like, they're an MMA fighter, but they are a soft human being at home.
Yeah.
And kind of the big thing of being not a soft, but at home, they're a listener. They're calm. They're patient because they know that if anything comes at their family, they will kill them.
Right.
And I feel like that's kind of the traditional mama bear thing.
Yeah.
Which that's why this kind of sparked it in my brain. I was like, we talk about a mama bear. We don't talk about the daddy bear.
No.
Right? Because it's always the mama bear. If somebody comes after the family, the mama bear goes crazy and tears people apart.
Right.
But in human beings, it seems a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean.
And I think I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You know, like why is in human beings it's different? And I feel
Because
like
it doesn't sound as good, honestly.
Well,
Daddy bear doesn't sound anywhere as good as mama bear.
True. Well, but we created that statement.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
I mean, somebody had to come up with it at one point.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying what it takes to be what's manly
You tell
in
me.
2023.
You tell me. I'm still trying. And I think the other hard thing is like, I don't consider myself super feminine. Like
I
at
don't-
all. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, this is what feminine looks like in 2023. I don't consider myself a feminine human being. Every once in a while, I get dressed up and I feel nice. But very rarely do I go out and I see people and I'm like, wow, you look really nice. Like I never consider myself super feminine.
And I'm not super masculine.
Yeah. So this is a hard topic.
I think that's well, yeah. That's what I was like. I didn't want to take a stance. It's not for taking a stance. It was like I grew up in the 80s and it was into like metal music. So the definition of that is pretty feminine and pretty angry
Yeah.
and aggressive. I think it was, feminine and aggressive. So that was kind of my spark of that.
Yeah.
So this is a topic we just don't.
I
It's gonna be a
mean,
dry topic.
I'm good with talking about the things that I don't agree with that they say
Let's
are
go.
feminine because that's
Let's do
like
that.
that's where I'm at.
Let's go.
Okay, actually
There's-
this is one of those weird things of like 2023 has decided, and I don't know how I feel about it, that bras are not needed. Now I know bras are this weird contraption, and yes, your boobs should be free to do whatever they want. I don't understand again, if you don't have boobs, you don't know. I don't understand not wearing a bra, especially when you get to the point where your boobs are like sitting on your chest. And I get that it's that whole, it's our body. We do what we want. We wear what we want. I totally get it. Feel free. I don't understand how not wearing a bra makes you more feminine.
I don't know if it makes you more feminine. It depends on the
Out in public, at home, at home, obviously, like blowing the wind. I get it, but I don't like out in public. I'm just like, but it's so sweaty and things are touching.
Well, I think that's a thing too. I think there's a comfort level too. But I also feel like, are you doing it? I feel like, and this is a guy just looking at it as an opinion. The question I have is, are you doing it to prove a point? Or are you doing it because this feels right to me?
Right.
So I feel like if you have anything over a C cup,
Yeah.
it's probably uncomfortable and sweaty.
It has to be.
No, just in my brain, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only get my opinion.
Something with boobs, it has
I was like,
to
but
be.
if you're an A, B, or C cup, like skin's probably not touching.
Even C, that's a rough
Well,
one.
maybe I just don't. Maybe I don't know sizes. But all I'm saying is, if skin's not layering
Right.
over skin,
Right.
then it's probably fine
Yeah.
to not wear to
Yeah,
not wear a support
And the funny thing is, like, when it's all taped up because you're using all this tape, I mean, you might as well just put on a bra at that point. What's the difference? Just tape.
and because I don't have a problem with human beings being comfortable not wearing bras,
Right.
Not wearing, even guys not wearing underwear. I'm cool with that. I don't want to do your laundry.
No.
If you're a guy that does that.
No.
I mean, that's just a thing.
Yeah.
And Bailey has Bailey was talking, we have different, this is Bailey's chat in here. We have different house jobs / chores. He mows the lawn and takes out the garbage. I do the laundry and mop the floors. So we don't have a lawn here. So realistically, I'm the one that does the dishes.
Yeah.
I'm the one that does the laundry primarily.
Yes.
Not all the time.
I actually do the trash more, I think, than anybody in this house.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
She's kind of the take out the trash. I think it's because you remember.
Yeah.
And me, it's like, I don't like dishes in the sink. So that's just my thing. So I make sure that I'm doing the dishes or somebody else is doing the dishes. Primarily been me lately.
Yeah.
Laundry is kind of my thing because I like stuff put away.
Yeah.
Because I don't like looking for a shirt last minute.
Yeah.
Because I have an opinion of what shirt I want to wear. I do.
That's
You
impressive.
don't.
No.
Yeah, but I do. So I've over the last, since we got together, it's like I took over kind of the laundry. It was my thing.
I don't think since we got together. I feel like it's been like the last 5 years.
But slowly, I mean,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just keep, yeah. And same with dishes. Like you used to do a lot of the dishes.
Right before dinner.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm kind of over that. Like, I don't like waiting till before dinner to do dishes. Like, let's just do dishes and make sure it's always done. So just do it. But I feel like that's what's the tying point of manly, and I still think there's this, it's cooler now, not cooler now, but it's smarter now in this day and age for a dude to actually break down, cry about it, and then move forward.
I think it depends. It depends. So there's also this hard part of, again, it depends on like your generation and where you grew up and what you grew up around. But there are still a good amount of female beings who are like, if you keep crying over everything, I'm seeing you as less of a man. No, I mean,
For sure.
There are things that are sad. There are things that should
For
you
sure.
be sad about.
That's
But
different.
people who continually, everything makes them cry, at some point, there are definitely certain people who are like, I am seeing you less manly every time you cry about this thing.
So I want, and here's, I think, tell me the story about some random gentleman.
Hold on, let me read Bailey's comment first. 'Cause I thought it was funny. She said, "Oh my God, Sarah, same. I feel too loose without one." Talking about bras. Yes.
Well, I mean, I have the same brain concept with my underwear.
Yeah, I don't know. People don't wear underwear.
I wear not special underwear. Special underwear depends. I am 50. No, I wear special underwear that
We don't need detail.
keeps things separated like a bra.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Right?
Right.
Because when skin touches skin,
Yeah.
it's more sweaty and
Nobody
uncomfortable.
wants that. chafing.
So just find the stuff that I think that's where we're
Yeah.
getting towards, is like find what works for you.
All right. So the story that was told to me today
I gotta pee.
was that, oh, good. I'll make it long. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. So there's this friend, not of mine, of somebody else's, and they just switched to night shifts. And so they found out that their fiance doesn't know how to be by themselves at night. Like not just like be by themselves, like they're scared. And so what they do is they call their dad to come over and spend the night at their house while the girlfriend / fiance is at work. The guy has his dad come and spend the night with him. And I just thought, how? I mean, I don't want to put you in a box, but if something actually goes down, it doesn't seem like that's the personality who's going to save you if they can't sleep at home by themselves at nighttime. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It felt like an ick, honestly. And I'm like, and you also want to have children with this person and marry them. Like, how do you feel safe when you go out for somebody who can't sleep at home by themselves? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I thought it was odd. My sister thought it was odd too, because she's the one who told me the story. So what would you do? Like, how do you respond? How do you respond to that? To someone telling you, I can't sleep at home when you're not here, so I call my dad and they come sleep at my house with me. As a male.
Forget male. Okay. What was my first statement when you said that?
Is he 15?
No, I said it was younger. Even though I was like, what is he, 12?
Yeah.
Like, I get that as somebody who is 12, 15, 16, 18. I'll even give 20.
Right.
Right. But this human being has 3 children.
He has 3 kids. He's like 40 something.
Oh, right. So, and again, we talk about not age thing as being an adult, but
Maturity.
You have children.
Yes.
Like, you're supposed to be the protector.
Right. What do you
And
do
I'm not
when
saying
they're
as
there?
a male.
Right.
I'm saying as a
human.
parent.
Yeah.
As a parent, you're supposed to be the protector.
Right.
And I just don't understand how you call your daddy at 40 years old. I don't know how it is.
It's about there.
To have him come over and stay because his fiance is at work.
Yeah, I just don't know.
And I feel like that's where, because I think last week I mentioned how the workforce is soft.
Yeah.
I feel like humanity has gotten soft.
Yeah.
And I don't, and I feel like that's where I was kind of going with. I was hoping this topic would get to this point, which I think is great because Bailey's helped with some of this too.
Sorry, I has a comment too.
Oh, what?
Valerie has a comment. She said,
I'll go.
That's scary. How old are they? Because I was calling my brothers in the middle of the night if I heard a noise. That's different than being like, hey, my person's working overnight again. 3rd time this week. Can you come spend the night at my house? Like, at what point, also as a parent, at what point are you like, no, I'm going to need you to sleep at home by yourself?
But at what point are you not protecting your family?
Right.
You chose to have children, however you want to put it, right? You chose to have children, and then you have to have somebody else come in and protect you and your children.
So I mean, maybe it's just like the feeling of being alone, because from what I understand, when the kids are there,
go to therapy then.
When the kids are there, he's okay. So it's like the feeling of alone he just can't handle. I agree. That's a therapy.
Like, turn on the Calm app.
I was thinking the same thing. Put on some background noise. That's different than like I'm scared of a sound.
Binge
just like
Netflix or
alone.
something.
Yeah.
No, and I think that I wanted this. Is it culminating? I don't know. I wish Keith was here.
I know.
Like, when you bring tell me, no, Scooter, that's not the right word for anything you ever say. It's kind of this is kind of where it goes, like, what's manly and what's womanly.
Yeah.
What's masculine and what's feminine. I think in 2023, it's not a blurred line.
Right.
It's a role.
Yeah.
Take that role if that role fits you. And I feel like, because we talk about the traditional, the guy does all the heavy lifting,
And the outdoor work.
Yeah, and the woman does all the indoor light work.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's not what they like to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I also think it was more common when women stayed home and then guys went to work. Like,
True.
I feel like the roles were so much more split when there was a definitive line of my husband goes to work, I'm a housewife, these are the things that we do. And the roles kind of were split a long time ago. And then
that's because, though, I mean, realistically, because the workforce, I mean, even in this day and age, like, I think is it 20%? 20% less that the same role, a woman is 20 to 30%. The same role across the board, on average, everywhere in the United States, a woman makes 20 to 30% less.
Right. Still, which is crazy.
Still in 2023.
Yeah.
And so we have a long way to go. But what I feel like where I'm coming from is the same, what's masculine, what's feminine, what's manly, what's not. I mean, literally, you just saw a picture of my son-in-law doing my daughter's hair.
Right.
Do you know what? That's normal.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it should be.
Well, it is normal because somebody wanted to do it. The other person wanted it to be done. It's that simple. I mean, to me, it's that simple. If, like, you say you have some troubles opening a door or lifting something, if you don't ask for my help, then I should step back and let you do it.
Right.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the new manly to me is. I open the car door for you constantly, consistently.
As much as I let you.
Right. But if she doesn't want me to, it's not going to happen. Right?
Yeah.
But I do it not because I feel like she can't open the freaking car door.
Right.
It's because she's my queen. Like, she's the person. She is the one that I'd love to serve.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like on the flip side, the same thing. You basically make sure that I'm fed, even when I'm like, what do you want to eat? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, I can make you a sandwich. I was like, why do you do that?
Because you're a terrible hangry person.
Yeah. You don't want to deal with it. I was hoping I was the king.
No.
But, I led into that. I walked into that. Obviously, this is not scripted.
It's my bad.
No, but for real, I feel like that's where we need our new manly, womanly thing. It's not a blurred line. It's you have to have your own opinion, and your opinion has to count.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I was hoping this come to. It's like, that's because I'm the guy that does laundry.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. Does that make me less manly?
No.
For God's sakes, I love doing laundry because I like it a certain way.
I hate laundry.
But there's so many, I feel like there's so many people that like it a certain way, yet don't do it themselves.
Yeah, that I don't like either. Like, don't.
Let's go back to my rant. Like, if you're not going to do your own laundry, don't complain about your freaking laundry.
Right. Yes.
That's insane to me.
Yes. It's
right?
really annoying.
Like, if I complained about dinner every night, that would be insane.
You'd be starving because I would be like,
yeah, she's like, then I'm
out.
I'm out.
Eat your own friggin' dinner. So many comments. You ready?
Yeah, go for it. Hit it.
Bailey said, Ryan says, as a father, he should not enable that kind of behavior. He'd be like, don't be a bee. I mean, yeah, when the dad's like showing up because my kid wants me to spend the night at their house because they're scared.
No.
I just feel that I don't.
That's,
again, if you're scared, yes, you should be like, hey, I heard something. I'm freaking out. I'm scared. Right.
That's a 911.
Maybe.
I mean,
it's a whole different conversation. But just be like, hey, they're working late tonight. Can you spend the night at my house? No, I can't. No. Get a dog.
Something.
Yeah.
Get a ring camera.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, where are you going with that one?
Ring camera.
Left Twix says, caveman work, women clean. Yeah, that was a thinking for a very long time.
It still is. Like it's
It depends on. I feel like it's funny. Someone said something like for the longest time, and they would say like, especially in the Midwest, that people went to go get their Mrs. degrees. Like women went to college just to find a husband who was getting an education.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the most gross. That's the grossest thing I've ever heard somebody say. A Mrs. degree.
but that's
The F. Sorry, I didn't like it.
but again,
But it's a thing. People actually.
Yes.
That is literally what people do.
yeah.
I just don't like it.
And I'm not going to put a damper or a diss on anybody that has a sugar mama, a sugar daddy. That's not
Right.
that's
Trophy wife, trophy husband.
it's just that's okay.
Right.
Like that's what they want,
Yes.
right?
There is an agreement that is what your relationship's going to be.
I'm big on if it's an agreement that both consenting adults are into and it's not violence.
Right. Right.
You know, it's for social acceptance. That's weird. But if it's to make yourself happy and content
Yeah.
and financially stable and all, I was like, then do that.
Right.
I mean, we talk about that a lot. I was like, we have we have a decently conservative lifestyle.
Yeah.
But that's just how we choose. Like that's just who we are.
Yeah.
But that if you're not that side of a conservative, like that's great.
Also, let me say this right now. This is how I could never be with someone. This will sound terrible. I don't care. I could never be someone's trophy wife. I can never be with somebody who like they make everything and they tell me what I can and can't do. Get the F out of here. I don't got time for that. I could never be that person.
But on a small level, you could understand it.
Yeah.
Right?
I just couldn't be it.
Right. But I think we could understand it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you don't, when we go to do stuff, you don't want to make the decisions.
No, I hate making decisions.
Okay, but again.
But don't tell me what I can and can't do.
But take that to that point. It was like, whatever you want to do, I'm good with. You've got it. You can't.
I couldn't.
You
No,
couldn't.
no.
Right. But to judge somebody else that's how their life, that's what makes them happy.
Right.
Somebody telling them what to do all the time. That does make some people happy.
I agree.
Right?
Yes.
And the other person, like, I like to be in charge of everything.
Yeah.
So if you find that combination, that's a perfect combination.
That's true.
So that's not us.
That's not us at all.
That is not us, like, at all.
Don't let me tell Scooter what to do. He'll lose his mind. I'm too rock star for this. That's usually what he says. All right.
That is decently true.
Becca says, my dad did my hair when my mom was out of town. It always turned out terrible. It did. But you know what?
But he did it.
Tried.
But he did it. I
And
did
he
Aaron
never,
Bailey's.
he never thought, hey, I'm too masculine to do my kid's hair. Like,
No.
it's not my role.
No. I did Erlen Bailey's when they were with me, when they were visiting, and it was always the same hairstyle because that's all I knew how to do.
Ponytail?
No, it was the half ponytail. Like you did a ponytail up. You know how you do the top and
Yes.
pull it back? What is that style that's called?
I don't
You pull the top back and the rest of it
Yeah,
pulls
yeah.
down.
I don't know if
What
there's
is
a
that?
name. I'm going to say half ponytail. Updo. Half up. I don't know.
That was like my normal because I could comb it all out, make sure that it was fine because there's not a lot of
Why don't you
combing.
just do a whole ponytail.
Because I feel like that doesn't make them look like
Feminine?
it didn't make them feel nice.
Oh.
They
Did
didn't.
you ask or did you just determine that?
I remember Ariel told me she didn't like it. I don't think Bailey would have cared. She's like, whatever. But I just feel like, yeah, Bailey would have hated it, but said, that's fine. It looks great. But no, the top always went back and then this, and then so it would flow in the back. I was like, I felt I got more good responses from them when I did it that
Half
way.
up ponytail. All right.
But what's funny is when I would do that, because we were at my dad's house one time when I did it, he goes, you know how to do girls' hair? I'm like, of all people to ask me that.
Which is funny because like both you and Jenny had super long hair. You think you
Well,
would
not-
learn something. And he was in the hair industry.
That was the things that my dad doesn't think I know how to do, like communicate, book a flight.
Stop it.
We can get on that. But,
I'm still going through chats.
okay.
Valerie
Go.
says, at the same time, don't let chivalry die. Agreed.
Fact. But it goes both ways. I feel like when chivalry is not a masculine thing.
Hmm.
It's not.
Okay.
Because I feel like when, let's just say, an agreement with two human beings and one person likes to cook,
Right.
and they cook for the other person because that's what they feel the other person wants to do, and that's what they take care of that. Is that chivalry?
I don't know what chivalry mean, actually. I don't know what it means. I was like, hold the door open for people. Because, I mean, you do that
Yes.
for other people, and it's not
But
like you're-
it's an act of, to me, of making yourself a little bit less of a person to let the other person kind of shine,
That makes sense.
in a sense.
Yeah.
To me, that's my understanding. But Keith's not here.
Yeah, we need Keith back.
But that's
you
kind of like when it comes to opening the door for you. Like
It always confuses you when I open the door for you, though.
yeah, I don't. But I'm just like, what?
I know. You're like, I get
But
the
it's
door.
it's kind of the same concept. If I always feel like if somebody stops, if your intimate partner stops touching your face, there might be something to question.
Some people hate that.
Well, then that's an agreement,
Right.
But I'm just saying,
If you normally do it and then it stops.
okay, so
Yes.
that was just my example. It's not I spit a bubble. Did you see it? I spit a
I
bubble.
only
and
say
then-
that because my sister's in the chat, and I think if her husband touched her face, she'd be like, "What the f are you doing?" But not everyone. That's not a comforting
okay,
thing for some
but
people.
hold on.
I know it's an example, but
It's
it
an
just made me laugh.
example and kind of a thought of, it's not specific, but it's one of those things.
Yeah.
If you stop opening the car door for me, something's weird, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know you're
but-
mad at me.
Yeah, but people don't open the car door for everybody. It's like, I get that. You're
Right.
not listening to what
Right. If
the statement is.
if we've been agreeing on this for many times, and all of a sudden it
And it
stops,
stops.
something's going on.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually means you're mad at me.
All right.
Yeah.
Was there other stuff?
Yes. Becca said, "I'm a trophy wife." Yes, you are, Becca.
Oh my God. She's like, she's both.
I know.
She's
She's the sugar mama and the trophy wife.
realistically, like, her lifestyle has always been the sugar mama and the trophy wife.
Yes.
Like, not is she not just a financially stable human being, she's also gorgeous.
Yes.
So it's like,
Right.
If you don't like, I just feel like if you don't appreciate a human being like that and put her as queen status, you're a loser. And I feel like that with my wife. I was like, she is not just absolutely gorgeous, doesn't wear makeup, but she also makes a very good amount of money. If she's not a queen, I'm a freaking idiot. I was just like, there's certain people that's like, what? You can be both.
Yeah. She said, "Stop it." No, we won't stop it.
Stop what?
The truth hurts.
No, it's true.
And Bailey said that hairstyle slap still does.
Did you still do it?
All right, Bailey. I mean, next time we see you, you're gonna have to let your dad do your hair. That's what I'm hearing right now.
I will totally do your hair again. I don't have no
Half
problem
up,
with
half
that.
down.
I was like, I'm a girl dad. Like, I was a girl dad up until we got together and there was one boy. I was still a girl dad.
Yeah.
But I loved being a girl dad because it just felt like I don't have to be this hardcore, rough jerk that I was.
Thought you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just, so I feel like that, yeah, that's not blur the lines. It's not a blurred line between masculine and feminine. Masculinity and femininity is a thing. It's real. It just is.
Yeah.
You can see it scientifically. It's a thing.
Right.
You have a more masculine voice than most females.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Don't let me get tired. I sound just like a 76-year-old man.
No.
Like, hello.
But I realistically, but that's just that's to define and communicate what something is. That doesn't mean it's against anything else. It's
Right.
not identify as a male. And I was like, no, it's more like you have to have a definition for stuff so we can communicate. Right. So a feminine, you can have a feminine walk.
I don't have that either.
But
I'm not a feminine person.
But just if you have a feminine walk doesn't mean you're not a dude.
Right.
Doesn't
That's
mean
true.
you're a lady.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're not a lady.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
like,
true.
Just let's stop that crap.
Yeah.
Right. That's the way I feel. It's like so we can laugh because do you know when you laugh, it's because you're uncomfortable about it and you don't understand it.
Yeah.
But if you're okay with it, you know, sometimes it's an easy target. It's low hanging fruit.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah.
I'm like, what?
Nothing.
Where are you going there? I know.
You knew where I was going.
See it on your face. Oh,
On your
gosh.
face. It's called the tea bag.
Oh. No. Inappropriate. And a PG show.
Ooh, we went. I mean, if you followed that banter,
Jeez.
you know what's up.
All right, that's it.
Is that it?
We're done. We'll see you later. No, I'm just kidding. That is the advise me not section.
Is it? I mean, if somebody else wants,
If you just want to
realistically.
ask us something, we'll answer it. Otherwise, I'm going to go into our random box of things and I'm going to pull out 2 questions.
not randomly, she's gonna go through the list of questions. We're gonna hit into that. Let's just, yeah. If you guys want to talk more about that, more about the manly, womanly, feminine, masculine, please put it in the comments because I mean, I have strong opinions about it. Doesn't mean I'm right, but doesn't mean I'm wrong either. Same with you. So
I'm always right. Bonus round. I feel like we answered some of these before. I know, it took me a long time.
well, when
That's
you're going through the cards though, sometimes you put them back in and then I can't pull them out. And,
Oh, that would make sense.
yeah, because that's why it was supposed to be random and all that stuff. I mean, I created the whole game for that, but you know, if you
Yeah.
don't play by the rules, the game's broken.
Never. Never. Go ahead.
What?
Go.
What
Ask
is-
your question.
Oh,
What?
do you have one too? Or are you just going through it?
Still going through it.
So my random question, which is not random because she picked
is-
it. It's now.
it-
It's a list of questions. She chose her favorite. That's not
I
random.
randomly chose my favorite.
That makes no sense. Okay. Here it is. Who was your favorite teacher and why?
Ooh.
There you go. There's your question.
So this is you're not gonna like my answer.
Okay. It was me, wasn't it?
No. Have you taught me something? Just kidding.
Yeah, the Kama Sutra.
Patience. He taught me friggin' patience.
There you go.
Like no one could ever. So I don't murder anybody. So
Because it was worth it.
Yeah, sure. So my favorite teacher wasn't my teacher.
Oh,
I
But
know.
they taught you something, so
Yes.
they're our teacher.
So I was in elementary school, and if Valerie's on there, she'll know this. On the yellow track, there was this teacher. I want to say his name is Mr. Harmon. Could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was a teacher in Madera. Anyways, there was a girl in his class, and it was probably like the 5th grade by then, but she had an accident where she had wet herself, and some of the kids made fun of her. And this teacher, so cool, so scary. He came into our class and he yelled at the entire class. He threw things. He picked up desks. He lost his friggin' mind defending this student. And I was like, I might cry because this is really scary. But it was so awesome to see a teacher defend a student like that. It was just probably one of the best things. I will never forget the way that he talked to our class and how scared I was. Saying.
So it
So
was
that's why he is not my teacher, but a favorite teacher moment.
PTSD. So
Yeah.
more of that like Rambo.
But I also think because it reminded me so much of I've literally been in a class where my dad was teaching and I've seen him pick kids up. You know what I mean? Back in the day when you could do these things. So it was one of those things of sometimes, especially I feel like now, there's not enough fear. And students don't know that they're being a-holes until somebody literally scares the crap out of them to be like, no, we're not ever doing this ever again. But you can't do that anymore because you're recorded and then somebody tells on you and all these things happen. No, some of these kids just need to be like, listen, shut the F up right now. You're an a-hole. Get out of here. But you can't say that.
You can
You can't without losing your job.
in the United States.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so no, there's a video of on a decently same level. It was kind of opposite, but
What?
whatever. I think it was in Scotland or Ireland where they were on public transportation, and there's this youth. He's got to be between 16 and 20, right? Literally yelling at an old man and threatening him. And another adult comes over, grabs him by the throat, throws him down, and said, "You need to stop being a little bee. You're getting off this bus."
Amazing. Like, it doesn't happen enough, honestly.
Like, stand up for other people. That was
yeah.
It was Tom DeBlas. Like, he's a huge jiu-jitsu MMA influence kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he posted that because he has this, what is it called? Buddies over bullies.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So if he finds somebody that's been bullied, he gives them free training for a year.
Oh, that's cool.
He finds a way to get them,
Aw.
so it's a huge kind of thing. But he posts these things, and why he posts these things, he reposts them from other people, but he posts the person that was either bullied or doing the right thing. And he says, "Find me this person. I'm giving them a year of training
Oh, that's nice.
for free with an affiliate somewhere
Yeah.
around the world." And I was like, that's dope. That's somebody that's going, this person deserves a chance.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So then my actual favorite teacher is going to sound terrible because, okay, also I have a terrible memory. I don't remember his name, but it was my chemistry teacher in high school.
Ugh.
And the reason why I think he was my favorite is because he was so animated. Like, I will never forget, and it's going to sound really weird. I will never forget why molecules move faster when they're cold versus hot, move faster when they're hot versus cold. Like, he was so animated, and the way he described things, that like I will never forget. If that was a Jeopardy question, I would nail the answer because it's like so ingrained in my head from the way he taught. Like, I have no idea what his name is, but he was probably like one of the most memorable things that I remember from a teacher. And Valerie said, kinder teacher before Lincoln, Miss Hernandez, because she was teacher's pet. I think Valerie was teacher's pet until like high school. Oh, campus catering was the best. Valerie, I talk about this all the time.
Kinder?
Yeah.
Like kindergarten?
Yes.
Who remembers kindergarten?
Valerie.
I can't remember last week.
I can't remember my high school teacher.
I do not remember kindergarten. There's like...
Mr. Magos.
We've talked about this a lot. I was like, I have obviously had traumatic experiences in my life.
Right.
Because like even in my 20s, there's like a gap.
Yeah.
That I don't remember. In my 30s, there's some gap. In my early teens, some weird gap. Yeah, it was like I was like, I have no idea where I was, what my teacher was, where I went to school. I mean, I know where I went to school because it's on a record, but it's scary.
Yeah. Hold on. I got to do chats real quick. So Valerie said campus club. So campus club was this amazing thing when we were in high school. We got to work literally in a kitchen, and we would deliver food to like teachers. And it was like a little restaurant where teachers can come and eat. A blast. So much fun. It's one of the classes.
That sounds like child slavery.
No, it was so much fun.
They marked it off as a class.
It was a
and
class.
The teachers had servants.
No, it was a restaurant. First off.
Did they pay for it?
Yes, you had to pay for it. It wasn't free.
Did you get the money?
No.
Okay.
Valerie, something's wrong. No, we didn't get the money.
This does not sound okay.
We didn't. No, it was.
Who got the money?
Well, you had to pay for the products that we used to sell them.
Who paid for them?
The money from the food.
Okay, but where'd that money go when they paid for that? Where'd that money go?
Listen, I don't really listen.
This sounds shady AF.
It was not shady. It was not shady.
They had an in-house restaurant that they spent money on, yet you don't know where the money went, and you didn't get paid for it. That's literally the definition of child slavery.
We didn't get money. It was a free internship, right? We got our food handler's license. They taught us how to cook. They took us on field trips. It was the best experience for if you're in a high school and you want like an actual not sit down and learn crap in a class. It was the best. It was the best. And it was like one of the few classes I got to hang out with Valerie because that was the ones we had together. Sometimes you got for like 2 period classes. It was amazing. I love Campus. Campus Club was bomb. Like, I feel like that should come back. People should do that again.
I
And then
have
Becca
some-
says she still remembers. See, Becca said she got free food from Campus Club. I think a lot of kids did. The fries were so good because we made them. And the ranch, because we made it. Okay, Becca said her kindergarten teacher was Miss Lovelady, and she was hecka old. But Becca, in hindsight, she was probably our age right now. If you think about it, Miss Lovelady was probably 40. You were just super young.
And old people back then
Looked hecka old.
we're old.
Yeah. They were old.
Yeah, they just were.
Yeah. Now I feel like teachers are like 20 years old, and you're like, what the heck? My teachers were never this young. But maybe they were.
Oh my gosh.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Who's your favorite teacher? Did you forget the question?
What was the question? I just feel like there's some
Central Valley took over right there.
Central Valley also had some child.
We had a good, we obviously had some good school experiences because we have lots of things we liked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some.
It was
good,
not child labor.
There's some good like sweatshop stories about children and from China.
It
They
was,
probably was like, this was amazing. I learned how to build shoes.
you're
and-
saying it wrong.
I'm just saying
We
just
had
seems
to
a little-
learn so much. We're learning about buying product and making it and planning and food preparation. It was like working at a restaurant without working at a
Getting paid.
restaurant. But you
without
get paid.
getting paid.
But most
and people got free stuff.
most internships, first off, are unpaid.
Yeah, but you're an intern at what age?
16.
Okay,
They exist.
I know. It's just
See, it prepared us for a real job. It did prepare us for a real job.
I don't know, man.
You don't understand what it was. That's the issue.
I also took like I grew up in Montana, so it's like shop was mandatory.
Yeah.
Like you had to learn how to build things. Like it wasn't an option.
Right.
You had to learn how to use a hammer, a screwdriver, glue things, build a cabinet.
Which I feel like should be mandatory everywhere.
No, it's just like I grew up in.
Yeah.
And then we also took home economics, so I had to learn how to.
Same.
We'd have to go
So-
in early. We had to go in early, make the coffee and all that kind of stuff, and the snacks for the morning.
See?
And the I'm saying as a cynic, I went
I
in there.
loved home ec.
Yeah, and I had to learn how to sew.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to all that kind of stuff. So it was like, no, I come from a big. Era
I just think because now, like, you look at the classes that the kids have, it's not even an option. Home ec's not an option. Like, woodworking isn't an option here. How to fix your car is not an option. Like, there's so many things
be a
that,
thing.
like, how is it not an option? I don't
That's how I grew up. At my school, it was part of the school, right? So
know. Yes. Valerie said, is home economics the one where I got a baby? Yeah, it was.
so maybe. No,
Bring
you
in
did.
Central Valley.
No, we did that.
Oh, did
Ours
you get a
wa-
baby too?
No, it was an egg.
No.
No, ours was I think it was an egg, and we had to keep it like not break the egg.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of days.
Right.
And so you had to take care of it. You had to do certain things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was we did that too. That was in.
But then everyone got a Tamagotchi. What was the difference?
Did your Tamagotchi not die?
No, my
Mine did.
Tamagotchi was good.
Well, see, that's why you have kids and they're flourishing and they're healthy.
Our Central Valley showing, I can't with Becca and Valerie. Becca said, no, we watched Real Babies because we had a daycare at our high school. For the kids. It was for the students, not the teachers' kids, by the way.
I get that.
Oh, Central Valley. How I miss you, Madera. Well, you didn't answer your question.
I was like, I don't know.
Who was your teacher?
I don't know. The daycare is one of your kids, right?
Huh?
No?
No, I was already at high school by then.
Oh.
I just graduated. 4 months
Same.
later.
Same. But realistically, the mother of my first child was definitely not out of high school.
Nope.
She was 17.
Bananas
Just saying that.
and babies.
Bananas and babies.
Yep. Who was your favorite teacher?
Oh. I had a couple, but they're all going to be high school for sure because I have too many gaps in middle school and elementary school. I didn't have a good childhood. Let's be real. But one was probably Mr. Sweeney.
Music teacher.
No, he was an English teacher. Mr. Arthur was probably my favorite music teacher. But Mr. Sweeney, was an English teacher, because very small town. By this time, I had a two minor in possessions.
Yeah.
So I was already having to do stuff with the sheriff's department and do all this kind of stuff. But found out that Mr. Sweeney knew the guy that was teaching the classes at the sheriff's department that I had to mandatorily go to and go to community service and do all these kind of things. So he would bring the person over, like the guy that was training these classes on blood alcohol content.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like 16, 15, 16, maybe 17.
15 through 17.
Yeah. And he would come over, the guy that would teach these classes that I had to go to for community service. He would come over to the school after school with Mr. Sweeney, and we would set up amplifiers. We'd jam out.
Aw. Man, that one did hit you. Ooh. Have you looked at Mr. Sweeney since?
No.
Yeah, he's probably real
gone
old.
on. He's
I would say
probably
real
moved
old.
No, just saying, like, there's a different rooting for music for me than just. Yeah.
Man, I picked the wrong question. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna get you in the feels.
Seriously, my childhood was crap. It was so bad. When we even talked to like earlier, it was like some of the moments, like when my dad stole me
Yeah.
from my mom
Not ideal.
for like weeks on end, and I was enrolled in a school in a different town.
Not that he shouldn't have stole you.
No, all I'm saying is these are facts.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
wasn't awesome.
One more question?
Yeah.
If you lost all of your possessions but one, what would you want it to be? You got one thing left. What you got? You want me to go first?
My possessions?
Yeah. I know it's hard for you because you own all of them. You have like 1,000
My
things.
possession. So the topic tonight was manly and womanly. I'm masculine. So you.
No, jeez. Yeah, get the F out of here. I'm going to go. My glasses. Because let me tell you, if I can't see, we're all screwed.
That's good.
Cannot be a living possession. We're going to go there. Not living.
Oh. Did somebody put that somewhere?
Well, Valerie said, can it be a living possession? And so I decided no.
Like a plant?
Undergarments, Becca. You can only say one thing. You choose undergarments. No. Glasses. How else am I going to see anything? I'm screwed.
That's a really good point. I think my eyesight's not as bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like, that's not part of, that's just, we take so many things for granted.
Only one of us need glasses, realistically.
No, but that's a great point. Like, no, we take so many things for granted. Like a physical possession is glasses.
Yeah.
So take everything.
Becca said a good comment. She said, I don't want to be naked. I said, that's fair. Undergarments make sense now.
Yeah, but I mean, but you can.
But everyone's naked, so it's fine.
Yeah, but you can put something. I mean, it doesn't have to be a possession. You just,
Right.
You find something on the
a
cardboard box and
you can get them. I mean, there's things you can get back, right? I just know
glasses. You probably couldn't
I can't
because
go.
you grab somebody else's glasses. You're screwed.
I can't go more than 5 minutes without my glasses.
That
I
does
could
make
probably
sense.
go 24 hours without undergarments.
Yeah.
But I can't. I physically can't function without my glasses on. Like, there's nothing I can do. So,
That's great.
thanks.
That's really.
So it's a blind person answer right there.
I don't think I have a possession that I feel like I don't think I can narrow it down to one.
You have to. That's the question.
Oh, I don't have to do.
You have
anything.
to.
But realistically, like what would one thing be? I mean,
What means the most to you right now that you own? You don't have anything that means the most to you?
I don't think something that's super leveled up to anything else.
That's fair.
I feel like
You know what it is? That freaking road set you just bought to take on the road. That's what you should grab on your way out.
it's irrelevant. If we've lost everything else,
Yeah.
I can't broadcast to nothing. I have no computer. I have no, like
Ooh, work laptop. That's
I
a good one.
have no house. I have no. I mean,
Can't
you
work
gotta,
without it. Yeah.
yeah, you got to think about that.
I don't know. I picked
Even-
mine. Mine's glasses.
Even shoes, I'm not like
Yeah.
I can walk without shoes.
I just feel like things you can easily replace. I know how much these things are.
Well, not even
I know how
cost-wise.
terrible it is to get replacements of them.
I'm looking at like not even cost-wise, like how to replace those things because they're
Right.
specific to you.
Yes. I can't walk down the street without glasses on.
She can't walk down the street with them on.
Hey, that's
She
true.
almost chipped a tooth with her glasses on today.
I did. That's fair.
We heard it.
Yeah, that's my bad. All right, so you don't have an answer better
I don't
than
know.
mine.
I don't think I have anything that's like one thing. I
You have to
don't.
pick one guitar. Which one?
Oh, it's my PV.
Oh, see, that was easy.
My cheapest old,
There you go.
the one that I had since I was a kid.
That's your one.
That's, I mean, by default, that's easy.
There you go.
Because the
What
rest
about
of them
pictures? Some people are really big on grabbing pictures that they can't ever replicate.
I have a picture. I have a picture on my desk. I don't know if it's there's one of them there, but I have a couple of pictures like of Erilyn Bailey and me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, yeah, that might be it.
You know what I find interesting is like, so there's there's like this weird gap of generations of people who have never taken a picture on physical film, right? And then there was this gap of now the younger kids are doing physical film again.
Yeah.
So they actually get the understanding of grab pictures that you can never replicate because they won't exist. But there's like a whole group of people in the middle who have no idea what that is still, who are just like, no, everything's digitally, it's online. But I love how the younger kids are like, no, we want like, but I'll say Fujifilm, but it's not. What's the Polaroids? Like we want Polaroids and we want like instant pictures. And I'm like, that's so crazy.
You want a tangible? I mean, there's something about a tangible thing. Like
Yeah.
even if you're I mean, if you look behind Sarah, like those are physical games. Those are made out of paper and cardboard and stuff like that. To me, that's awesome. I'm also a video gamer. I love video games. I love video. I love all this kind of stuff. But there's something about a tangible item.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would never take any
No,
of
no one
those.
cares about those.
But might be a photo. Like I think you could find
Bananagrams.
one. There's one photo right there. It's me and Ariel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. All right. You want to get fit? That's it. That's all we got. Do our giveaway question. Let's go
Oh.
play some Rock Band.
are we really playing Rock Band today?
Valerie said glasses and gin. Yes.
Yeah, but gin is gonna go away. You're
Valerie,
gonna get.
if you lose everything, I promise to drive down and get you some more gin.
Yeah, we got you.
Just grab your glasses and run.
But I just feel like I don't know what the question was even anymore.
That's fine.
But I just feel like it depends on the moment. Like, how is the world ending, and why is all of our stuff being
They
taken?
didn't say ending. They just
I know.
said if you lost it all.
Yeah, but like,
They didn't say how you'd lose it.
right.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing. I was
Yeah.
like, I think there's some
Always
more to
glasses,
that.
no matter what.
Glasses is a big one.
Yeah.
Like even my glasses would be rough. It wouldn't be. I could probably survive, but you couldn't.
No.
No.
No. Sometimes I think I like when I'm at a stoplight, so everyone calm down. I'm at a stoplight, I take my glasses off to see like what it looks like. It looks like fireworks. So I know I have to put them back on. Fuzzy fireworks.
I see more colors with my glasses off. That frustrates me. But
That's weird.
yeah, just being colorblind. It's
Yeah.
weird.
All right. You want to reiterate the giveaway question?
Yeah, the giveaway question. If you guys want to do it, we all episode 28 guests. Put them in the chat. Chat's about to go away. But you can just put in the chat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But the comments are always open.
Yeah.
And I do get an alert every time. Well, we get an alert, but I read them.
Oh.
When you guys put
Like, no,
something
I
in there.
don't.
Well, you should.
All right. So we are going to play Walkman after this.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
We might post.
We will
something.
live post
We
it.
might live. We might.
We will.
Yeah, and follow us. Like realistically, if you're watching us on YouTube, it does help us out to do more stuff and be more consistent. If you subscribe and actually like do the alert bell, it actually gives us more stuff that we can actually do.
Yeah.
So we can do more content, do more fun stuff, and there is some new stuff coming.
Is there?
Yeah, we're working on. Yep, we're working on
I
it.
didn't even know.
Special guests.
Oh.
Some other fun stuff.
Oh.
Just know we're gonna expand a little bit outside of this realm. But yeah, but it'll be right here on the same channel. So follow us on Instagram too, because that's where we normally like tell you when stuff is gonna happen.
Yes.
So and Sarah and Scooter.
But seriously, in about 20 minutes, we are going live on Instagram, so you can watch Scooter play the guitar,
Bass.
the fake bass.
And then she
I will be singing
sings
because that's all I do.
Or plays drums.
That's it.
You play drums when I sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we did.
Maybe we'll do a live stream of Rock Band someday.
We'll
Who knows?
We're going to Instagram live it today.
No, just saying we
In
might
general,
do a
yeah.
YouTube thing.
And thank you, King Shavers, for the subscribe
Oh,
and
thank
the
you.
like.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in and going, is that a troll?
Right?
If you're a good troll, we like good trolls.
Such a bot, so that's cool.
No, we have good trolls in here. Ryan's usually a good troll.
Yeah.
And John is usually a good troll. We do appreciate good, positive trolls.
I broke it. Yeah. All right.
All right. We will see you very soon.
Good night.
Go show up in real life for someone, would you? Bye. Bye.
You broke it.
I pushed a button.
Nope. Nothing happened.
Still pushed a button.
Loved it. Bye.